problem, but we as people are supposed to help one another, and we don't. Some of us do, some of us don't.
So I'm Cynthia Hall, and I started working with Reading Connections sometime last year. We had seen in the paper a call for tutors. They said that they needed people who, well, the way I interpret it, people who enjoyed reading, and I've always loved reading, and a chance to just help people who needed, adults who needed some help with reading. So
I'm Juanita Keel, and I wanted to get my GED. So I started my church because they was giving the classes at the church, but then I wasn't getting enough classes. So I came up here at the library and found out that they was doing classes here, and they said I had to be here like at least 6 months if I signed up for it, and I said no problem. So been here ever since. And, you know, I haven't given up yet. So I've been here. Well, I've done 100 hours and then some, but I ain't quit yet.
All right. My name is Jack Johnson. Well, I came to Reading Connecting through the job that I lost at MGM. They went out of business. So they encouraged me to go back to school and get my GED. So I came up here and talked to the Reading Connection. I've been here ever since. I've been here now about 1.5 years. So I'm gonna stay here in the middle of another year, trying to get my GED.
Yeah. My name is Anita. I have tried getting my GED a couple of times at the college, but I didn't like the set with so many people. I feel like I wouldn't get enough help. So I was up here one day looking for books and stuff, and I happened to walk over there and ask her, you know, what was their office about? And she told me, you know, they could help you with your GED and stuff like that, with tutors and stuff. So I signed up for it because I really want my GED. I done stopped so many times. I done started taking the classes and stopped so many times. But this time I'm determined to finish.
My name's Corinne. I wanted to get my GED so I can read in Connections because my reading is more poor than good, but I'm doing better since I've been here.
Well, my experience, because I was born in the 50s, so when I was coming up, they had stores where you, as a black person, you couldn't go in there. They had water fountain that you couldn't drink out of, and a lot of stuff that, well, in the South, you just had to put up with it, because that's the way it was when I came up. But when I came to High Point, I really never get no racism against me, because I reckon because I had all them brothers and sisters that we always ran. It was 18 of us, so we all went together most of all the time anyway, so we didn't hardly have no problem out of it. Well, that's one thing my dad always told us when we go to the store and we see a car coming, always hide, because 9 times out of 10, the white people out looking for trouble. So what we had to do when we see them coming, we just hide in the bush until they pass by, and then we're going about our business. So that's the way I was raised up in the South, so you just had to deal with it. That's it.
Well, I grew up in the country in Marksville, and I really didn't know what racism was. I mean, I grew up with white and black best friends, got along fine, stayed at each other's houses. But when I moved to Lexington, that's when I realized something was different. I mean, they didn't treat me like they did in the country, the white folks. They talked about you, they picked on you, they called your name and stuff. And I couldn't understand it because I was so used to being raised with them, going home with them, going to parties, doing things with them. And I used to always, you know, you try to figure out, and I used to ask you, why do they treat us like this? We ain't done nothing to them. But that's just how people is. Like she said, parents, since they've raised them that way and put it in their mind and their head that we less than they are. We know, but you know, we're not better, we're not as good as they are. So, you know, they grew up thinking that, and they just treat us that way. There ain't nothing we can do about it. Just love them and keep going.
You create a need. You create a fear. Fear is part of that need. Well, then I need something to make me feel better. And then that keeps us from really recognizing our own humanity and recognizing that we really are all one people. And we each are, as long as anybody's suffering, then really we're all suffering. but they're keeping that message from us. But that's really the true spiritual message. Like when people say, "Oh, I never discriminate," it's like, no, we all do. I mean, we all have something that we have a bias about that we might not even be aware about. So we first have to become aware. We first have to take honest looks at ourselves and our actions, and then find ways to do it differently. To go out of your way to make sure you're being fair. Maybe so over-exaggerate being open with everybody, being loving with everybody, be concerned about everybody else. I mean, and to really practice that, to actively practice that.
I was born in Baltimore, Maryland. When I was about 13, we moved to the country part of Maryland, and I didn't do very good in school because I was picked on a lot, but I dropped out at 16 years old, and I guess that's the reason I'm here, to try to get back what I'd lost. I've never had the confidence to read out loud. So Reading Connections, for the little bit of time that I've been here, I have opened up a little bit. And that's,
Evening that we went there to the church, it was twice a week, and we read section out of the newspaper, and I was a little slow about picking up words, because even if you never really just get into a book or paper and just read, a lot of words you wouldn't know. Now it's like I pick up a newspaper, it's just like zoom. Really, I read more now than I ever read. I mean, I read, but not like that. Yeah.
Heard it before.
I never heard that.
The lyrics to it for us.
That's great.
That sound like what's that? Taylor Swift.
Katy Perry. Yeah.
Who?
Katy Perry.
Oh, Katy Perry. Okay.
I went from zero to get my own hero.
Okay.
But I got up.
Hey. I like that.
Yeah.
The eye of the tiger.
Dancing through the fire.
You kidding?
I am a champion. You're going to hear me roar. Louder. Louder than the lion. Because I am a champion. You're going to hear me roar.